What is up, everybody? It is Alex from Heavy New York calling from Zoom again, and this time we are here with Julia of Night Goat. It is great to be able to talk with you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's so
Sorry.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Um, it's so awesome to have you here. Your newest album is Totem, which is absolutely awesome. Was this just a continuation or picking up where you left off after Milk, or were you like more exploring uncharted territory with this new album?
This was during COVID, so it took like a year, over a year. Um, and to be honest, I never practiced the songs once with them. I just went into the studio and recorded it. It was like a weird, like trust kind of thing that just kind of happened. It was odd,
Mm,
different
yeah,
way to write music.
yeah. Was there at all like a preconceived vision behind it, or was it a very roll of the dice and sort of like experimental process?
All all I really knew was that Chris wanted like a concept album with a focus on Native American rituals, like certain rituals that he picked out. And I just kind of researched them on my own then that day.
Did you almost feel like a spiritual connection to it? Did that at all maybe dictate on how the music did sound?
Totally, I would say totally. We've been like riding vibes around here basically since COVID. Our band is intertwined with our business, which is a record store and a music venue. Um, so it really like gave us a place to like put everything, um, I guess, collectively.
Um, would you being that this was a concept based on Native American rituals, you mentioned that there was like a lot of research involved as well, but was there also maybe any of your own personal interpretation incorporated in here as well?
Well, that's the thing. It kind of like ended up just like it was like an aha moment. Like as I was looking at the stuff, like the stuff that was going on in my life at the time was lining up. Just because I'm a real empathetic person, so like I try to like look for like the commonalities and things rather than differences. Um, so I just felt connected uh, to a Native American heritage, a little bit, a little bit Cherokee. We all do in the band a little bit, so
Yeah.
it was kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I listen to like Sister Wolf and going to Wendigo or a track such as Child of Owls, it almost seemed like that there was like a bit of a ritualistic nature behind it, but also like a moment of it being open to interpretation too.
Yeah, it like rode this weird line between like being personal and not. Um, the recording engineer that basically, I don't know, Jeremy James is like my twin or something. Like, I don't know. He's a real person that will find where you're at and be able to communicate with you, like, and meet you where you're at. And I have like no experience really. Just, I don't know. It was neat.
In terms of the sound of Night Goat though, because like I see so many different styles within it. I mean, did you like is it fair to say that this trio that consists of Night Goat takes inspiration from many different sources in terms of sounds and all?
Yes, yes, yes. Like, I think every single one of us had the same like feeling of all of it. But maybe how we would describe it would be different. But that's like just the thing. That's like what connects you like to other humans. And we're a pretty close band, like friendship wise and whatnot.
Do both of you kind of, when it comes to the songwriting, do both of you kind of need to be in the same headspace in a way, or do could different ideas help enhance the song in a way?
Okay, my husband and I are in a band together, so his creative process and my creative process is completely different, like night and day. So it could be a bit frustrating at times. But there wasn't like, once we decided to go to the studio, we just did it. Like, we didn't really talk about it. It's just kind of, that's the way Night Goat is, though. Chris will present something and then we all just try it. Like, let's see where it goes. And it's like we rode some, I don't know, uh, energy throughout the whole process. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like with an album like Totem, it tends to capture a moment in a way. So it almost seems like it's hard. It's almost in a way like hard to revisit to an extent, right?
Yeah, like a picture of the Grand Canyon. Just, I don't know. It's for me, like I said, like this was like my first time really like having any like I don't know. I just had like a quick creative blurb in music, and I usually don't. My medium is usually painting, crafting, stuff like that. Like, I'm the cheerleader, but I don't know. Girls got to put it somewhere, and the stage is like music. If you could communicate your feeling to other people through music, I think that's it's a magical thing. Like, I'm experiencing this for the first time, really. Like, everybody I'm in a band with has been in bands for years. I don't know. It's also feeling. I know why people stay in Guitar Center like for hours at a time now.
Yeah. But being that you work in multiple creative mediums, is there at all maybe a similar energy that's channeled into both painting and visual art and the sonic art that you create, or do you feel like it is almost expressing two
Yes.
sides?
I I think it's just the energy that how you choose to interpret it for others. Because, like, with our venue, I love to have multiple art formats going on at the same time, like live painting happening while there's bands playing and stuff, and maybe like lights and stuff like that, or flow artists, fire breathers. I mean, whatever. Like, the whole like experience, uh, everybody can do. I think I'm a mindfulness art kind of person. I've never been trained or anything like that. I just kind of like do it to express myself. Um, yeah.
Does it always
So I
come?
tried it.
Oh, does it always come internally for the painting aspect of your creativity, or again, like with Totem, having to almost do a lot of research, it always so comes in a.
COVID, COVID changed everything for me because I was always very type A, uh, planned everything out, kind of a person. Like, had a planner in hand. Like, I was a single mom for 10 years, so I had to have like that kind of regimented like allotment of my energy. I had two boys, so it's changed me, and like I kind of have a more of an office space mentality. I kind of wake up every day and just sort of react rather than try to plan. So I think the music happened that way when I let it.
And being having the record store and the venue, I'd imagine that too. It seems like inspiration always tends to be present one way or another, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's like Vegas in here for your eyeballs. There's something to look at. I'm in the record store right now. Like, everywhere you go, like, I function better in chaos. That's just, uh, I don't know. I change the place. I change my surroundings constantly. Um, I'm creative in that way. Like, I don't like things to stay the same. I like change.
And in order to like, do you always feel like inspiration needs to be sought out, or does it just come to you? You mentioned that having the record store, it seems to always be present, but if you're not, can you? But with Totem, you almost had to do like some research involved. So is it fair to say it's both sought out and it comes to you?
Yeah, but it's like sometimes I was like, Chris, did you trick me? Like, did you know that that was going to happen? Because like he would have like the songs changed in the studio even like there's lyrics that Chris would like had that I didn't know he had, and it's like mine went over them, and it was like we instantly heard something else. Like I always tell them that I hear something. Like I'll be like, "Do you hear that?" And they're like, "No, what are you talking about, psycho?" Like I swear I hear like an overtone of like what I'm gonna do like in my head while they're playing it. So I literally like listen to them play the album for about a year, and I never like opened my mouth at practice. I just sat there. I was always very busy with the venue and stuff, though. Like, in all fairness, and I have got a 6-year-old daughter too, so
You're
I
definitely
practice in my car.
you're definitely the busiest one in the band.
Yeah, mama.
Yep. And is with having the venue and the store and stuff, is there a currently active scene in your region in Ohio at the moment, or?
Man, listen how yeah, yes, there is awesome stuff going on. Uh, Youngstown has West Side Bowl. Akron has Now That's Class and the Agora and all kinds of cool stuff. Happy Dog, um, West Side Bowl in Youngstown is awesome too. Akron has a lot of venues, Annabelle's, Musica. Um, I am like a big encourager of like sharing the scene. Like I don't think one venue's success has to mean another one's failure. There's a venue a block away from where we are now, and I don't know, this neighborhood gets it.
Yeah. Um, but it's funny because with Ohio as well, like I've spoken with like bands that are from Columbus and bands that are from Cleveland and bands that are from Cincinnati. It almost seems like if it almost seems like you could consider Ohio to be like the Midwestern Sweden at this point with how many
Dude,
different.
yes, I would say that because actually during COVID, like with the restrictions and everything, Cincinnati would pack the house in Canton. Like they'd drive 4 hours, like their whole scene. Like, I mean, we would be packed with people that I didn't know. So it's a needed thing. And I'm a big uh, pro you don't need alcohol to support the music scene kind of a person, not because I don't drink, because I do on occasion. And I think I'm a bartender, so I mean, I like to serve drinks and stuff, but I don't think the music scene should have to coincide like with that simultaneously to be successful, like to get paid like musicians. Like everybody should get paid for their music, like not according to like alcohol sales and stuff like that.
Of course.
And that's the whole scene. I get it, but I just think COVID showed that it's a valid industry.
100%. 100%. And Earth Crisis, I think, also proved to us as well that you don't need alcohol for the scene as well, right?
I will never fall. Like, I'm just joking. I drink.
Of course. So before we go, I want to thank you for your time today and for this awesome album, Totem. It's coming out March 17th. Just what else could we be expecting for Night Goat for the near future?
We have a tour going on the East Coast from July 13th through the 30th. And I've never done any of this, so I'm very excited. I think it's going to be awesome. We're hitting some awesome places: Florida, Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Nashville. I can't remember. I have a terrible memory.
It happens.
Absolutely terrible.
I don't think I've interviewed one band that memorizes their whole tour, regardless if it's 5 dates or if it's 50 dates. So
Now, 4 years ago, I had it like written down in front of me. Like Dalen, our bassist, he's like, I just want something to play bass. I get it. Sometimes you just got to have that kind of mentality and just write it.
definitely. Thank you so much, everybody. We are here with Night Goat.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out Totem out March 17th. This is Alex from Heavy New York, and we will see you next time.